Wow, it's cold today, our first frost here in Cornwall, and an absolutely perfect day for me to be sharing some of the energy that we are going to be completely surrounded by and bathed within during the month of December. Now, there is so much to say about this specific vibration because it shows itself as a silver vibration. Now, remember, color is vibration, vibration is energy, energy is information. So that specific silver color bathes our cells, our consciousness in kind of these, you can think of them as codes of consciousness that come forward in this specific vibration. And the information held in this silver is really, really vital for our body systems, not least because silver is the vibration that is coming in now as a consciousness color for these next 30 years. We're in a big transition between the indigo consciousness color that has been in since about 2000 and this movement into silver. Essential that we begin to understand that. It's coming whether we're ready or not, and it's going to be helping us really evolve beyond the consciousness that we've been in these last 20, 30 years. Over these next few months, I'm going to be sharing a lot about this consciousness color that is coming in. For a moment, think back to July 2024, because that was the last time that we had this exact color in. And it's fascinating when we're able to identify how we were then. Now, that's 18 months ago. So you have emerged a lot in those 18 months. You will be even more fully you. And we get the chance here in December 2025 to really explore those same themes. So let's remember the themes. They're the themes of working with your sensitivity. This silver energy is really inspiring our systems to remember the great sense of connection, of interconnectivity that we are always a part of. Each of us an essential thread in that web of life. Now remember, if I look at a plant, a tree, the grass, being able to see energy, I see all of those interconnective threads. I see the place in which the energy of this sedge plant connects into my own energy. The places where my earth star beneath the ground and the root energy of that plant intersect. There's been some amazing work, especially by Merlin Sheldrake, around the mycelium web that really covers the entire globe, and the way that electricity, energy, information is shared through that web. So I want you to hold that image as we come into this silver month, and as it invites in us to really begin to hold at a different level of consciousness, that place of us being part of a great web of life. That really is the big consciousness code that is here again now in this December, but will be increasing for us in the next 2 or 3 decades. Truly moving away from that place of separation or duality into the understanding that every thought, every emotion, every word, every action is impactful. That we are continually emanating an energy, a radiant energy. It radiates from us. And we get to choose in so many ways how to support, nurture, and tend to that energy, tend to ourselves, so that we can be part of the healing story of this world. We can support our individual healing, the healing of our families and communities, and the world. That is such an essential messaging in the information, in these codes of consciousness that silver is bringing forward. So we get to experience it here in December. And of course, in December, we have the midwinter, at least in the northern hemisphere, we have the midwinter. In the southern hemisphere, of course, you have the midsummer. But we get the chance here in the north, in the real depth, at the time when the days are shortest, the hours of darkness are longest, to explore that concept of the silver, the starlight energy, the light in the dark, being the light, bringing the light into our life. Now, energetically, there is so much that supports that. This silver will call our assemblage point into a different way of remembering. You had the chance 18 months ago for that integration at a slightly different level. Now it's coming back again to remind your soul energy how to express itself. Our energetic core becomes absolutely key this month. It's always key, but we get to identify and notice and tend to it even more with the energy of this silver. The awareness of our Earth star beneath our feet, our sun star above our head. Us is that amazing connective channel, our individual soul and the world soul. Our aura becomes really important. It's always important. You've heard me talk about it so many times. But when our center is being inspired into balance, inspired into that radiance, then the way it gets to move from the core, through our extraordinary channels, into our meridian channels, into our aura, is absolutely key. So I'm going to share more about this silver energy in my membership space, The Gathering Ground. I really hope that you can join me there. And of course, I'm writing about it and will continue to write a lot about it in these next, couple of years, so that we can really understand how to land it in our system, how we can most align with it. That's really key. It's coming. We're going to be completely bathed in it in the next 5 to 7 years. We're going to be imbued with it. It's going to alter so much about our energy system. And that transition may be amazing for you, and it may be really complex. And I'm delighted to be able to translate as much as I can about this energy so that we can align easier and easier. The pineal gland, super important. We're going to make sure the link to the pineal exercise from last July is right here in this video too, so that you can support yourself in that. And our spleen meridian, oh my goodness, so vital. So I'm writing about it. Please make sure you're signed up to my newsletter so that you can have that information and really gather the understandings that you need for your amazing and beautiful being to align most deeply with this silver energy. Here and now, we're going to do a practice to help our systems ground into this silver. And that's really key because it's a different type of grounding than in the indigo vibration that has been the consciousness colour of our beautiful planet for the last 30 years. And for a moment there, for those of you who work with the energy forecast every month, I want to bring in a little point of clarification. I haven't really talked too much about the consciousness colours before, about these great energies that move on about 30 years. So 1996, December 1996 was the first time that I really saw the indigo come in behind the violet. So now I'm not talking about months, I'm talking about these great cycles, 30-ish years, or at least the ones I've experienced in my lifetime have been 30 years. We've been in indigo, which means the entire planet has been bathed in and holding and emanating a specific vibration of consciousness. Your energy fields are fields of consciousness. All energy fields are fields of consciousness within that great web. So that indigo energy has been here, and indigo is a fascinating energy, and my goodness, we've all felt it. That place of the questioning of structures or ways of being that are no longer serving not just us as individuals, but society. So especially now, as that indigo really peaks and the silver begins to come in. So within this indigo, we've seen an amazing expansion of connective and collective consciousness. And of course, the internet has been a huge part of that. The accessibility to information. We could say that the indigo age brought us the information age. Silver's coming in now. And as that silver comes in, it questions our interconnectivity on an ethical level, on a sustainable level, on the way of being in right relationship with the entire web of life. So all of these consciousness colours emerge out of each other, just as we are continually emerging. So these few years now of the silver coming in and the indigo completing will see us grounding in different ways, asking questions of ourselves in different ways, often not even knowing the questions to ask, and that's really key. It's like we're taking a step over this threshold into silver, into uncertainty. And I know that so many of us have been experiencing the uncertainty in the world right now. So aligning our energetics to these codes of consciousness, the place of the great cycle of that about 30 years, and then the way that each month shows up with those cosmic colours through the consciousness colour to kind of help tweak our systems, help us experience, invite us to meet a slightly different vibration. So I hope that kind of grounds you a little bit more in the understandings of how the energy forecasts in a monthly way fit within this, this deeper patterning within us. Grounding into silver, let's do some practices to really help hold us sweet and strong this December. Firstly, bringing your hands up to your cheekbones. And with the pads of your fingers, it's so cold I can't take my gloves off, but with the pads of your fingers coming and really resting those fingers lightly but reassuringly on the parts of your cheekbones that are directly under your eyes. And simply relax here. You can rest your elbows on the table or on your knees if you're sitting down. This is a powerful portal point into your stomach meridian. And right now, in so many people, I'm seeing the stomach meridian and the spleen meridian really illuminated with that silver energy. And I don't think that's going to change now. For those of you who are really being touched by this silver energy this month, it's like we're getting the forerunners of how our body system can really become illuminated with these codes of consciousness. The stomach meridian's your big grounder. It's the place of balance. Stomach and spleen together, holding the deep, nourishing capacity of your body system to receive, to integrate. So take your time here, inviting your body to relax, inviting all of your energy to come home, to settle, to be received into its rightful place. Feel the place where your body is being supported, whether that's a chair, the frosty grass as it is for me, a bed. Knowing that whatever is supporting your body system right now is itself being supported by the earth. Stomach and spleen are two of the meridian systems that make up the element of earth in our energetics. Together they help remind us that we are essential. We are part of this great story of the earth. Now from here you're going to keep your fingers on the cheekbones, but you're going to move them in a circle. So you're actually moving the skin over the bone rather than moving your fingers over the skin. Doesn't matter what direction the circle is. I keep touching my mic there, so I'm just going to do it on one side for you. I don't want you to have the scratchiness of my gloves touching the mic. But you're going to keep both hands on your face. And do this at a speed that is deeply soothing for you. In fact, I'd suggest you slow it down a little. Feel your body system able to receive the depth, the nourishment, the gentle groundedness through your earth and stomach systems. Now we're going to take both hands up above the eyes again, so in line with the points, in line with the eyes, but in the middle of the forehead. And here, again, bringing that reassuring pressure here, not deep, not too light. You can rest your elbows. As well as being more points on that stomach meridian, more powerful portal points. These are your main stress repatterning points. So they support your groundedness. They support all of the movement of energy in your body. Receiving that breath, releasing it again. Receiving and giving. The great balancing energy of the earth element. The great invitation into balance in this time of silver. Now begin moving your fingers in exactly the same way, keeping your fingers on the skin and moving the skin over the bone, bringing those circles, whichever direction, slow it down a little. Inviting balance, using the electromagnetic energy of your fingers to bring balance, using the powerful and subtle energy of your consciousness. Simply taking your attention to balance, to grounding, to conscious connection. Already inviting flow, balance and healing into your system. Okay. Now we're going to do exactly the same on the temples. So resting your hands on the side of your face, again my mic slightly in the way, so placing your fingers, the pads of your fingers on your temples, resting your hands on your face. And really cradling your face here. Resting your elbows so that your arms aren't getting tired. If you're lying down, putting some pillows or cushions behind your triceps so that there's no part of you that's efforting. Receiving that breath, inviting relaxation, inviting the light and joy of silver into every part of your energy. Now the same, we're just going to gently move our fingers, keeping in contact with the skin. There's a powerful meridian, the triple warmer or triple burner, that moves through the temples. It's our great body protector. And connecting it into the other points on the side of the face, remind us of our safety, of our blessedness and belovedness here on earth. Finding your speed, your pressure. And now coming to the base of the throat, crossing both hands over here, really tucking in. We're bringing that crossover through the heart space. You can even drop your chin onto your hands, so you're really resting your head, stretching a little through that occipital ridge, where the skull and the back of your neck meet. It's an invitation to your vagus nerve, to your overall nervous system, to relax and release, to move from the habitual into the creative. Feeling your chest rising and falling, knowing that your whole energy field is expanding and relaxing. Absorbing this silver, absorbing the potential for harmony, for joy, for inspiration, and finally let's come to the heart. Sense into, feel into your own body system right now. Just note how you feel. Notice if you feel any more grounded, any more peaceful. Silver carries the great potential for peace. That feels wonderful to me. I hope it does for you. We're going to finish by doing the earth loop. And can be definitely a standalone practice, quicker than the one that we've just done. Let's come back to exactly where we started. Down to the chin, around the face, up to the forehead, all the way down the front of the body, off your toes, and then come to the inside of the foot, all the way up the inside of the leg, out towards the armpits, the shoulders, back where we started. Around the face, forehead, down the front of the body. You can be touching the body or in your energy field, all the way down off the feet, up through the inside of the legs, the groin crease, the arm crease, back to where we started. One more time, down and around the face. Tracing this amazing stomach meridian all the way down, off the toes, up the inside of the legs, and all the way to the heart. I hope you have a most beautiful December. That whatever you're doing, you have time and space to welcome this silver and to feel its lightness, feel its inspiration, and feel its peace. Lots of love to you. Bye-bye.